Welcome to Infizo. Today, we'll learn how to manage inventory using the Inventory module from the left side navigation pane. In the Inventory module, Manage Items feature shows the consolidated stock list of items added to your organization inventory across all geographies. Using the Create button on the top right corner, we'll add a misspelled item for correction later. Please note that all the asterisk marked fields are mandatory. We can then select a category for the item from the drop-down to which the item belongs. The item code field is for allocating an item code if already defined. Otherwise, we may leave it blank for auto-generation by the system later on, as shown here. The average price is the per unit cost of the item. We can then fill in the HSN code for the product and move on to selecting the unit type of the item from its drop-down. We can add item descriptions if any and also add any supporting documents like invoices, etc. using the Attach File button. While adding tangible products, we must turn the receivable toggle switch on. This helps while generating POs and GRNs later. We'll create another item here with a missing unit type to show you how to create a unit type. We'll add an item, wood, and repeat each step till the unit drop down. Our desired unit type is kg, but the unit type does not exist. In such cases, we'll navigate to Inventory Settings in the left side navigation pane, and select Unit. Once inside, we'll click Create in the right top corner to open up the Add Unit form. We'll then put kg as the unit and leave the description blank. You may fill in your desired description and save. Once saved, we'll move back to Manage Items and start adding the item, wood, as shown here. We'll be repeating the required steps and selecting kg from the unit drop-down as we've now created the unit type in the database. Upon saving, we'll be able to see both the recently added items in the list of items on the screen. Next, the Manage Inventory allows us to manage the stock of items individually by applying different filters like location, category, asset, and allotted to user. We've run a report for the head office location, showing available stock and existing asset amounts. We'll change the location to central warehouse to see that there is no available stock. Then, we'll use the Add Inventory button to add stock to this location from the filtered report for your reference. We'll select multiple items from the list and click on the Add Inventory button to add inventory. Stock point type refers to the stock allotment point. These are mainly of three types: location, user, and asset. When location is selected, we get a stock point drop-down referring to the location the stock would be updated to. The stock point type, user, lets us select a user from the stock point to whom the stock is going to be allotted to. The asset stock point type gives us the option to select an asset from the stock point to which the item's stock will be attached. We'll move forward by selecting the location as a stock point, as inventory in large amounts can only be held at particular locations. We will then select Central Warehouse from the Stock Point New drop-down. The mode field refers to the method of acquiring the stock of item like, is it a fresh purchase or being carried forward? We can keep concerned in email CC and also select a vendor from the drop-down, if any. We can then move on to filing in the batch number or leave it blank for auto-generation in the items list. We can also select the batch date from the calendar pop-up if required, as shown. The rate refers to the per unit cost of the item at the time of procurement, and the quantity is the amount of stock you wish to add to your inventory. We'll be filling in some hypothetical figures for our selected items and clicking on the Update button for your reference. The Update and Print button allows you to take the printout of additions for further organizational purposes. You can now see the updated stock for the items diesel and wood in the inventory list. The Move Inventory button allows us to move the stock of items from one location to another location or user or asset, and vice versa. We'll select the stock point type as location as we previously added the stock to a location. The From Stock point is where the stock of items will be moving out of. Here we'll select Central Warehouse. In the To Stock Point type, we can select where we wish to move the stock of items. In this case, we'll select User as the stock point type and move on to selecting a user from To Stock Point. The Movement Type status will be set to transfer in the Move Inventory module as we are transferring the existing stock of items. Furthermore, we can select the Move To, fill in remarks, mark email CC and upload attachments, if required. We'll then feed in the movement quantity, and click Update. Once updated, we'll see that the stock amount for diesel has been reduced by 2 units. For demonstration purposes, we'll be moving back the stock from user to location. We'll select the From Stock Point type as the user this time and To Stock Point type as the location. Both the user and location will remain the same as in the last movement record. We'll again feed in the same movement quantity and click Update to see the available stock get updated back to 100. We'll now use the Draw Inventory feature, which helps us draw inventory from the available stock for consumption, and select location as the stock point type. The Movement Type status will be set to Consumed as default here in the Draw Inventory module. In the Stock Point New, we'll be selecting the location or user or asset where the stock is going to be consumed. We can then fill in the remaining details and move on to filling in the quantity being consumed, and click Update to see the updated list of reduced stock quantity. After selecting multiple items, we can navigate to the Generate QR/barcode button for generating QRs and barcodes for printing or downloading. The different types of print action tabs have been provided for user convenience as per the organizational need. We can also use the Add, Move, or Draw function from the left side selection panel to either add inventory, move inventory, or draw inventory. We'll add inventory of an item using the Add Inventory, just for your reference. The same set of fields appear here in the Add Inventory form as in the previous section. We'll fill in all the mandatory information and can also fill in other details as per requirement before moving on to the item selection. From the Items drop-down, we'll select an item to see the system-generated item code and move forward. The HSN code is used to categorize goods in international trade. We can fill in the batch number or leave it blank for auto-generation, and can also select the batch date. We must fill the rate as refers to the cost per unit and the quantity we wish to add and save to update. We will now move back to the Manage Inventory, to see the list of items with updated stock as shown here. Similar steps can be followed to Manage and Draw Inventory using the Manage Inventory and Draw Inventory functions from the left side selection panel. Next, the Item Reorder Level feature from the left selection pane lets you set a minimum reorder level. The minimum reorder level allows the system to automatically send users a notification whenever the said quantity of an item in a particular location goes below threshold. We'll select a location from the Location drop-down and move on to selecting an item in the selected location from the Item drop-down. We'll then set the minimum quantity of the particular item in the selected location, for the system to set a notification reminder for users, as soon as the quantity drops below the set minimum quantity as shown here. We'll then move back to the Manage Items feature to correct the item name diesel, which we entered wrongly. We can view the item details using the I button, but for now, we'll click on the Edit button to open the Manage Items form. We'll now type in the correct item name, diesel, and we'll change the item's average price. While we are on it, we can also fill in an HSN code as demonstrated here, and fill in other necessary details. We can also change the unit of measurement from the drop-down. The item code shown here was auto-generated by the system after initial adding. The item details are now updated and are reflected in the list of items. Hope this video helps you use Infizo Stock seamlessly. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.